My thing is are you gonna be in that serious relationship until you get married? If you get into one starting right now as a college student, because
exactly.
You would hope so. I mean,
but there's so much to consider when.
What if it doesn't work?
Well, number one, I mean it doesn't work, but also there's so much to consider. We're like in an impressionable stage. There's so much to consider when you're dating someone in college. Number one, I feel like college is time for you to discover who you are. Because a lot of times, a lot of us, we are coming from different states. We're out on our own, for the very first time. You're used to answering to mom, being home by a certain time and telling where you're at, who's this, who's that. And then your first year of college, you just have all the decisions to make for yourself. It's for your personal growth. It's kind of for you to discover who you're not, because you're gonna do stuff that you're not accustomed to doing. You're gonna experiment, you're gonna be curious, you're gonna try this, try that. And then usually the last 2 years of your college experience is more so when you try to figure out what you wanna do in life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because of financial reasons, which most college graduate students have to move back home with their parents. Now I have to move back home with my parents. Now what happens between me and you? I just started something.
Long distance.
You know what I'm saying? You really want to get realistic? I'm moving to New York after I graduate anyway.
But I mean, long distance relationship will work.
But like what you were saying, huh?
Because
do you think a long distance relationship will work out in the end?
You know what I'm saying? It depends on the couple, but at the same time, it's like now, when I'm graduating, now I have to factor you in my future. And it's just like, I have to worry about myself first. I need to worry, I'm paying rent while I'm doing this, that, and then I gotta worry about a relationship, because if I have intent on marrying you, I have to make sure you're included in my future.
There's always gonna be something going on in our lives, because we're always gonna be traveling. But does that mean that we shouldn't love anyone? Like,
I'm not saying love.
Okay, not love. Wrong word.
Right. What's his question? Go ahead.
My question is, what do you mean by what happens after marriage?
But let me stop you right there, because I was just talking to someone. She's older, college degree, in the field working, and she's 26. And you know what I'm saying? And she gets the question of when she's gonna get married. She was in a relationship. But everyone has, I was just telling her, I talk to all these young girls like your age. Y'all have this dream image, or we're gonna be married and settle down and have kids. I don't wanna, you know what I'm saying? But the reality is, even women at a certain age, they're still having problems and difficulty finding a man, and they're educated.
You know what that has to do with them?
I mean, but
me?
You know what I'm saying?
Nobody else.
I understand, but I'm just saying in general, I'm just saying in general, I know a lot of women who are older, and you talk to these younger females, and they're like, yeah. And you talk to these older females, and they're like, yeah, I was like them when I was younger. I thought I had it mapped out. I thought I was gonna get married. I thought I was da-da-da. But at the same time, they didn't leave time for growth. And I feel like a lot of women, you go in relationship after relationship just because I like him, he likes me, let's get in a relationship, and then you're emotionally drawn out. You're hopping around, and you're not giving time for yourself.
But who said I wasn't giving time to myself?
I'm not saying you personally.
No, it's not me. Okay, not me.
You know what I'm saying personally? I'm speaking.
No.
I'm speaking generally.
I'm not speaking personally. No, stop. Okay, no, I'm speaking personally. But who said the female will take your time for themselves? Like, you have all these assumptions, and like, these are assumptions. They are, because they really are, because you don't know. I'm not saying every female. I'm saying majority of the times. Okay, you're saying majority of the females, okay? But at the end of the day, I still have to say that it's them. That's because my opinion. My opinion, because like, I can only speak.
Are you talking to someone right now?
Yes.
And do you feel naturally, do you want it to progress to a relationship?
I mean, I would like it to. Is it going to? I don't know.
It's a God's hand.
Huh?
It's a God's hand.
Oh.
Exactly.
Adding a title does validate a relationship, but I think that you could have the same thing without a title, because the title is just, the title's, I don't want to say it's just a title, because, once you put that title, it's more than
words, it's a feeling.
I
mean, it shouldn't have, like, when it comes down to being in a relationship, it shouldn't be like, okay.
It shouldn't just be the title, it should be what you have established together.
Exactly.
The title really shouldn't matter, because
you shouldn't be like, oh, this is my girlfriend.
If you have it with that person, then you have it with that person, and you and that person know that. And I don't specifically think that you need to just have the title
Well,
of this is my
I've had a
girlfriend.
female. I've had a female say that, because I asked this question to plenty of females. I had a female say to me, she said the title is for everyone else to know.
Well, they don't need to know really anything. That's between you two guys.
Well, no,
That's not
she
the
said the title is kind of it's validation for herself in a sense, and validation for everyone else to know. Because she said, what if the girl, she's in the girl's dressing room or whatever, and you know how girls talk, and like, oh, he's cute. What can she say to that other female if she wants to be, oh, that's my man, that's my boyfriend.
Yeah, I see what you're saying on that.
But
it's also,
go ahead.
and it's also, because I commented. It's also because, like, if I have a boyfriend, I take him to go see my family. And my family can be like, this is your friend, or this is your friend.
What if grandma is back in the dating field? Grandpa died a few years ago, and now she's back in the field, 50, 60 years old.
Want it.
On it.
Now accepting all grandma applications.
And if she's back in the field of dating, and say if it's Thanksgiving time, and she brings a young gentleman around, well, not a young, but a gentleman around, she's not gonna say, hey family, this is my boyfriend. The average granny or grandma, older person, they don't say boyfriend. They say, this is my friend.